English class. Today I'm going to introduce you a book called Frank Einstein and the Antimatter Motor. The book 1 of the series, Frank Einstein, by Jon Scieszka. Frank Einstein is a kid genius and scientist, and he tried to make a SmartBot to win the Midville Science Prize. And he put it in a wagon, and when the lightning storm hit the house, it hit the robot and then made the robot into pieces. But then the spark hit the robot's brain, and the hands started to move and started to reassemble themselves. And first made was Klink, a reassembled artificial intelligence. It's an AI, but it made itself. Klank was also a reassembled artificial intelligence, but to say he was a mostly reassembled artificial almost intelligence, so yeah. And then they actually thought about any prize that they can think of an invention to win that prize. But then T. Edison came and said that Grandpa Al had to give the shop to them if they didn't give the money to them. So they had to win the prize. But then Klink and Frank Einstein thought about E equals MC 2. Well, E equals MC squared 2 is a mathematical equation made by Einstein, not the Frank Einstein and the other Einstein in history. And using that, they found out that a mushroom and an anti-mushroom can make enormous amounts of energy, because if their mass are 1 gram, and then if they collide, they can make crazy energy. 90 million amounts of energy. That's pretty much. And then they make an antimatter motor bike, and this bike they used, and then went to the Midville Science Prize. However, Frank Einstein's actual invention was looked at T. Edison. Edison was looking at it, and he told it to the medieval president and mayor, and he won the prize. At the meantime, Klink and Klank were kidnapped, but Frank found out who took them. He found out that Edison had kidnapped Klank and Klink to find out about the antimatter motor. And then they went to where Klink and Klank was. So Watson, his Paul to make inventions, came with Frank and into the big black cube, which is a big factory and like a fortress. They go in and then found the Edison particle collider. This can make energy, but found that Einstein's antimatter motor was better than this enormously big particle actual collider, and was trying to use it for the pink antimatter enormous gun. But Klink and Klank was found by them. But then Edison appeared and said that because of Asimov's second law of robotics told that robots have to obey humans, Edison actually ordered them to actually stand in front of the pink antimatter gun. And then the gun sprayed out its beam, the antimatter beam. Then Klank thought, maybe I can hug that gun. And then he hugged the gun. Then the gun and the antimatter beam started to vaporize everything it touched, and even the bars that were actually capturing Einstein and Watson. And like that, the antimatter beam didn't stop. Started vaporizing everything in there, but then the antimatter gun and Klank exploded. Then, later, Einstein's mother and father, Bob and Mary, actually told Einstein that they were very sad to hear he actually lost in the science prize, but Einstein said that he had actually sold his magnetic skateboard idea to a very cool skateboard company, and that he had paid all of Grandpa Al's deed. And they worked for an invention better than the energy invention, the antimatter motor, and they all agreed. Watson, Frank Einstein, Klank, and Klank. Okay, today I introduced you a book called Frank Einstein and the Antimatter Motor by Jon Scieszka. And next time I'll come with a different